message. Miles, something came up. A muscle flutters along my jaw. Nothing is more important than the successful launch of the EPOS mobile payment system. Miles, relax. I sent my assistant to take notes. Isn't that what you really need? The muscle in my jaw ticks again. It's no secret I have a revolving door of assistants, none of them lasting more than a few weeks. Despite my brother's teasing, it's not that I'm fussy. I just like things done a certain way, and I have yet to find anyone who can keep up with the demands of the job. Because you're a control freak. I shoved the thought aside, not giving an inch to the long list of shortcomings my ex-fiancé eagerly shared with ATX Exposed, Austin's local gossip column. Me, what I need is a little of that charm you throw around like confetti. Miles, are you saying you miss me? Do you need a hug? Me, fuck off. Which one's your admin? Miles, the one with the laptop and great attention to detail. I roll my eyes, in no mood for Miles's sarcasm. Me, I meant what does she look like, asshole? Miles, seriously? She's been sitting right outside your office for the past month. If you'd bothered to notice. Miles doesn't need to type the last part. It's implied. The guilt trip is a waste of time. I've always been driven, and I'm not about to apologize for it now. It's my drive, combined with Miles's charisma and Beck's brains, that's grown Triada from a basement startup to a multi-billion-dollar company in just 8 years. Besides, playing nice is Miles's job. He's a people person, which is why he's the chief operations officer responsible for sales, marketing, and human resources, while Beck, the quintessential computer geek, serves as chief technology officer, and I shoulder the role of chief financial officer. We share the CEO duties, though my brothers are pretty hands-off, letting me oversee strategy and deal with the board of directors. It's an unconventional business model, which has been pointed out by every consultant and investor we've ever enlisted. But it works for us. 3 more dots appear floating on the screen, then disappear. A moment later, the dots reappear. What the hell is taking so long? Miles never has a problem describing a woman. Ever. Women are his specialty. Or they were before he fell head over heels for Lucy, his former assistant. Miles, Scarlett Evans, 5'5", blonde. Me. You realize that's vague as hell and describes half the women in the room, right? Miles, dude, what do you want from me? I'm not trying to get sued for sexual harassment. Oh, now he's worried about lawsuits? That mindset would have come in handy last summer when he took his entire team skydiving. Miles, she's probably wearing glasses. I lift my gaze and search the room. There's only one woman seated at the lengthy table who fits Miles's description, but since she works in marketing and couldn't possibly be... The door flies open, banging loudly against the stopper. I glance at the late arrival. Tardiness has no place at Triada Tech, but it isn't the newcomer's lack of punctuality that sets my pulse thrumming. A mousy blonde scurries across the boardroom in a long pencil skirt and collared blouse, a wisp of hair that's fallen loose from her bun floating behind her. There's a flush in her cheeks as she scans the room from behind a pair of tortoiseshell glasses. Me, the coffee cart girl is your new assistant? Unfucking believable. Miles, what's the big deal? Is he serious? Not only is she late, she hardly looks up to the job. Christ, she looks like one harsh word would have her crying into her hummus plate. But I know better than to put that in writing. Me, is she even qualified? Miles, she has a degree. I think. I stifle a groan. Miles, I needed an executive assistant. She needed a better job. Win-win. Yeah, if by win-win he meant he'd listened to his bleeding heart and bypassed the usual hiring process. Miles's tendency to play fast and loose with the rules always comes back to bite us in the ass, but no one would ever call him heartless, that's for damn sure. Miles, she never got my order wrong, not once, mind like a steel trap. You'll like her. Doubtful. I silence the phone and slip it into my jacket pocket. For the next hour, my only concern is the EPOS launch. I'll deal with Scarlett Evans later.
Chapter 2. Scarlett.